What is up, my dashing dudes? I am the Hans TV, and I hope that y'all are ready for some surprisingly wholesome stories. They're not that bad, honestly. It's r/Tales from the Front Desk. Our first post for the day comes from Squirrel Tail. Sometimes they are extra special signing customers. A small story today. Today we shall speak of what top tier member really means. The hotel I work for used to be a Holy Crap Express, a small 50-room boutique hotel, comfortable and affordable without being budget, you know? Free Wi-Fi and breakfast sort of place. However, Holy Crap is part of a larger corporate entity spanning many countries. One might even call it a worldwide group of hotels. Wink. They have a wide variety of hotels, going all the way up to the very poshiest of poshy poshness. Our hotel was their most affordable option, designed to fit in where a larger hotel might not, get the name out, etc. Most hotel chains have 3 membership tiers: the basic starter level, the medium shiny level, and then the top tier super shiny level. Maybe a military level that's the medium level with the military rate automatically applied? Easy peasy. However, what a lot of folks don't know is that since that corporation also has some very fancy hotels, they have an additional 3 membership tiers, each even more gloriously sparkly than the others. The first requires a crap ton of stays, and double that for the 3rd tier shiny member IIRC and a $100 fee. That's right, you have to pay to get in. The second, 5th tier, requires even more stays and an annual fee and is invite only. The requirements for the final, topmost level 6 tier are not publicly available. We speculated that it might involve defeating a dozen other candidates in the Dome of Pain, or possibly taking a bullet meant for the Pope. Whatever the requirements are, they are not ours to know, especially when one is a small, cozy little hotel in a small, cozy little town. You can see where this is going, can't you? So it came to pass one day that during the handoff, to my relief, the morning FD person was going through the day's arrivals, assigning rooms and whatnot. "Hey Squirrel, what's this membership code mean? I've never seen it before." Let me see. Omega? That's odd. Never seen one of... Oh, crap. Sure enough, after dusting off the employee handbook, we found out the code meant that a most supreme exalted neutronium member had decided to stay at our meager little flophouse. The dropping of a brick was practically audible. What should we do to try and appease such a glorious unicorn of a guest? There was nothing for it. I called the manager at 7 a.m. on her day off. I explained the situation to her, hoping for an insight. "Wait, so with nuts on top tier? Crap, I'd better come in today then. I'll have to wear an actual blouse and everything." "What should we do?" "Well, technically we're not supposed to do anything with the extra level guests more than the usual fluffy bunny level. Gift bag with a granola bar and a bottle of water. We aren't supposed to get these folks. Do you mind staying on the clock a bit more?" "What do you need me to do?" "Okay, first off, put them in 320. It's the best room we have. Get it cleaned ASAP. They probably won't be in until check-in time, but if they're early, I don't want them waiting. Second, put like 3 bottles of water in there. Third, I need you to take $20 from the cash drawer, go to the store, and get a nice flower arrangement and a card with their name on it." And so, it was that the staff bustled to make sure everything was absolutely as good as our little hotel could be for this guest. I seriously cannot overstate the frenzy of desperate preparation that ensued. I'm sad to say the ending was rather anticlimactic. The guest checked in with barely a word. The stay was uneventful and they checked out the next morning. No issues, no screaming chorus of fire-tongued Karens, no outlandish demands, nothing. I wasn't even there for any of it. Still, it goes to show that you should always have a plan for if a unicorn walks into the lobby. I mean, not all rich people are super douches. I mean, a lot are, but not all of them. Our next post comes from Eric Mogan. "Gonna hit that old dusty trail." Hi, I work in a college town, so any of you who know how terrible that is will share my pain. This weekend was, admittedly, not completely terrible, but there were enough small things that it just made me decide it might be time to hang up my hat. I had come in 3 hours early on Friday because somebody called out sick. Okay, fine, she's sick. I deal with it, work a killer 11-hour shift, and wait for my 7 a.m. shift relief to come in. He comes in, we chat, I roll out like an Autobot. 11 p.m. rolls around. I walk into the hotel. It's quiet. There was a big college game this weekend, and it was family visit weekend, so everyone was already checked in from the night before. Fellow night auditors, you know how sweet that is. They're all drunk and sleepy and in their rooms. Like any weekend, I get 100 calls asking if we have availability. Like any weekend, we do not. But one person called my hotel 4 times in 2 hours asking if I had any cancellations. Every single time I had to say something to the tune of, "All of our guests are checked in, so even if someone checked out right now, I wouldn't be able to get you a room." This motherfucker calls in a 5th time. I check the caller ID and answer, "Darren?" Y'all, he is shocked. "Darren, is that you?" "How did you know my name?" Caller ID, "Darren, my man, you are not getting a hotel room in this city. Do not call here again." And he didn't. Around 2 a.m. I get a call, clearly on speakerphone. "Help! Someone's beating my ass in your hotel." This kid is clearly 11, maybe 12. "Oh no," I feign. "What room are you in?" "Room 69. Please send help." We don't have a room 69, or any room numbered close to it. "Aw, geez, sir, I can't. I'm gonna have to transfer you to the police. 1 second. And the other side interrupts with, No, please don't. I'm sorry, it was just a joke." And they hang up. Honestly, one of the better interactions I've had with a prank phone caller. The rest of the night goes pretty smoothly. I got everything done that I needed to, and I just waited for the breakfast person to come in at 5:30 a.m. Well, guess what, y'all? I call the GM, let her know, and she asks if I can start the breakfast, something I've never done in my 6 years of hotels or my 19 months here. But I stumble through it until one of the other breakfast people make it in. Okay, cool. It's 6:30 a.m., Brekkie is a little late getting out, and most people are drunk and still asleep, so there's nobody waiting for it. Thank you, alcohol. Time to wait for the shift turnover. The guy who relieves me is super punctual, to the point it's actually a little jarring because most of my morning relief views 7 a.m. start time as a guideline rather than a strict rule, but 7:15 a.m. rolls around and my GM calls me. "Hey boss, did the guy call in?" I already knew the answer. He texted me last night and said he had a family emergency, but I told him I didn't have coverage for him to miss. I guess he didn't care. No, he didn't care, and the not having coverage part was true. Friday was the last day for one of our other front desk agents, so we were a regular person down. I'll try to be there soon, but I'm 4 hours away. I sat for a moment and weigh my options. I have a standing agreement with my GM because of the aforementioned start time problems that I can leave any time after my normal shift starts. I can just go, stay on the clock, and wait for someone to come there and call me. I'm exhausted. I'm sick. I've worked over 70 hours between my other jobs since last Sunday, but I decide to stay. I'm here for the long haul. I will admit that it wasn't 100% altruistic. Anytime something like this happens, my GM and AGM will bend over backwards to accommodate me when I want something, and I'm given a great degree of personal freedom in how I perform my job because I always work extra. If I need a room for a friend for a weekend, it's comped. If I wanted a weekend off, it's given. It's not a bad working relationship, but like the title says, and like I alluded to in the first paragraph, there was just something about this weekend that made me think I should quit. I already don't need this job. I just changed full-time jobs and it pays me handsomely. I come here out of habit now. I miss the time with my kids. I miss time with my friends. So that's it. I've given my notice and I will be there until the end of October. The last weekend of October is also the end of a pay period, so it's a sweet cutoff point. I'm doing more than regular 2 weeks because I do genuinely like my GM and AGM, and I want to make sure whomever I get to train will be the best possible replacement. Thank you for reading. Our final post for the day comes from MadMagala5113, my one time getting upgraded. Let's get the regular stuff out of the way. English is my first language, and so there will be spelling errors and grammatical errors, as I am an American and was educated here. I'm not going to use acronyms because it irritates me. I do not work in the hospitality industry. I am not a super duper compressed carbon shiny member of any hotel chain. Oh yeah, I'm on mobile because of course I am. Now, on to the story. I was traveling to the south from the PNW for family reasons that I'm not going to go into. I was staying at a well-known economy hotel chain outside of a military installation. Honestly, I can't even remember the name because all I want when I travel is a clean bed and a roof over my head. Due to time management issues and GPS being stupid, I was going to end up getting to the hotel late, so I called the front desk to give them a heads up that I was still coming for the reserved amount of time, but that I was running late. The agent told me it would be no problem. I finally got to the hotel somewhere around 1 a.m. or so. I check in. I'm as polite as I can be since I was exhausted and had to utilize the throne. I get my room card, drive to the other part of the property, and go inside to spend some time on the throne and notice there were some odd things about the room that I had never encountered, but I didn't give it much thought because the food baby was crowning. Gross. As I'm relieving the pressure buildup, I notice that there is a pile of towels on the bathroom floor. Well, that's odd. Maybe housekeeping forgot about them? I think to myself. I look up at the towel holder and it's empty. Oh well, I'll just head over to the front desk and ask for a couple and just give them heads up about the room. I finish up my business and walk out into the room proper and take stock of my surroundings. The AC is not on, so the room is stifling hot. Not a big deal, I understand energy saving and stuff, but it's the South and it's August. I think the outside ambient temp that night was like 85 degrees. Next, the beds look weird. Double queen was the cheapest option. I realized that they look weird because there are no linens on them. I look around and find the linens in a heap up against the wall. I look over at the sink and see that the garbage is full and there are no toiletries. At this point, it dawns on me that housekeeping started the room tone over and then stopped and never started back up. I drive back over to the front desk part of the property and explain what I have encountered. Now, I want you all to know, I did not go into the dreaded Karen mode. I made sure to let the desk agent / night auditor, I'm assuming, maybe, that I knew it wasn't her fault. She had me fill out an incident report and gave me a new room. At no point did I ask for compensation, an upgrade, or anything. I just wanted to go to sleep because when I woke up, I would have to deal with family drama. I get to the new room and not only was it a double queen, it was a king suite on the corner of the building, which based on my reading of this sub is like a premium upgrade for these style of hotels. I cannot stress enough that if you are decent to the people who are paid to give you a service, they will be decent to you, especially in the event of something going wrong. Thanks for reading. Thank you for posting. Well, alright, my dashing dudes, that is going to do it for today's episode of r/Tales from the Front Desk. Most of these were pretty wholesome and not too infuriating, so I'm kind of glad. If you like the stories, I'll link them down in the description below as always, so you can go and take a look at them. And if you like the video, feel free to drop a sub, a like, and a comment down below with what you'd like me to read next. A huge thank you to Connor again for being my very first patron. Thanks, man. You don't know the support that you give me. To everyone who has subscribed in the past couple months, thank you so much. It really makes me happy to know that I'm putting out stuff that y'all are liking. But with that being said, I will see you in the next video.